Good evening, everybody. Uneducated economist here. So I was reading this article about how Christine Lagarde has really been praising the negative and low interest rates that have been running through the Eurozone. And yeah, it's not surprising that a central banker has been praising these negative interest rates, but she's saying that even though that it has had some damaging effect to the banking system as far as their profitability goes, but the overall effect on the economy has been stimulative because they were able to issue out more loans. Even though the banks weren't profitable from it, they were able to get more loans out there, so it kind of offsets the profitability issue. Anyway, I find it interesting that she comes out praising these negative and low interest rates. At the same time, the University of Bath is talking about how the negative interest rates have had a backfiring effect. And so these banks have had an issue with profitability now that the interest rates are so low, they can't get the profits like they used to get. So, if you issue out so many loans that used to get a much better interest rate to them, now you have to issue out that many more loans in order to get that same amount of money in. Anyway, you have to look to these smaller banks out there, okay? Because it's going to happen in the low economies first, and you can already see the cracks starting to take place in a lot of the emerging economies. But then you look at places like Bank of Jamaica, not the BOJ, not the Bank of Japan, but the Bank of Jamaica. And the Bank of Jamaica has called an urgent meeting, or wanting to call an urgent meeting, because they want to figure out what it is that it's causing the backup as far as stimulating their economy goes. Now, they have dropped their interest rates at the central bank level, and they are expecting that to get into the economy and stimulate the economy, but interest rates are very low. And these low interest rates are not finding their way into the economy like they were anticipating it. Now, they say it has worked and they are getting them out there, but that they figured that it would have a much better effect than it is showing. And it just goes to show that low interest rates are just, it's showing first in like the small economies, but it's going to start showing itself if this trend continues. If these low interest rates continue, you're going to find that banks are going to be like, you know what, we are not profitable dealing in a negative interest rate world. And the Bank of Jamaica is starting to show that right now. They're saying, it's just like, how come these low interest rates, although it is stimulating the economy, it really should have stimulated the economy to a lot greater of effect than it is having. Anyway, uneducated economist, you guys let me know.